Everyone, want to talk today about something we talk every now and again, whether it's here or just other people in general, and that is community. Now, first and foremost, a lot of people usually, when talking about self-defense stuff, things like that, usually lean more towards firearms, and so then talking about community, they lean more towards firearms community. And sometimes that's not necessarily as much as a community as some other things. But a big thing is when we talk about community, first off, we always talk about, closing ourselves off or, trying to build each other up or things like that. And the problem with that is that many times we are, trying to huddle in this small little group and look down at outsiders and not really letting people come in or things like that, which is an issue of its own. But a big thing is that it turns into these little small cliques, these little small groups and things like that. And that's not necessarily really a community as much as just a club that is certain members are allowed to come into or things like that, which then a lot of times causes such things as infighting or different things like that, which a lot of people talk about. The big thing that then also happens is a lot of people talk about how, they'll say certain things over over technology, over social media or whatever, that they'd never say in person, which is a true thing. They will all hide behind their keyboard or something like that. But just on the flip side, also the same thing can happen for positive things. It's very easy to support someone by sending a like, by commenting, "Great job," or something like that. But how much really time and effort does that take out of the day? Like, yes, it is something that helps a little bit, but not necessarily in the long term. And so I want to talk really about how when we think about community and things like that, first off, it needs to be wider spread than just our little clique and things like that. But secondly, it needs to get away from this technology aspect. It needs to be what will actually improve and actually help someone or something or the community itself. And that is actual, physical acts and things like that. Definitely, liking and talking and commenting and sharing and, all the things that we can do over technology can help in certain ways. But there's a huge difference between that and physically being able to help someone alongside of them with physical work or labor or something that they need to do, or just being able to take care of someone face to face, whether that's a hug or giving them some water or feeding them or things like that. It's a huge difference. And so thinking about it in those aspects, we really need to come down to the fact that when we're talking about community, there is only so much we can do when it comes with technology and when it comes online, and there's so much more we can do with in-person acts, whether that's community events that maybe you do invite and send out and coordinate over this, but then you actually do them in person. You're able to build relationships and things like that, or you're just doing little small deeds. Because when it comes down to community, a lot of times people think, well, my community is this certain thing that I'm a part of, or it's this certain thing. Yeah, that's true, but it's usually something that you think of that you like. Whereas before, a while ago, our community was it was the place we lived. It was literally my neighbors or my, whatever, right next door. The corner store was part of my community or things like that, or the random church was part of my community, or the gym, the YMCA right there, or the community pool, things like that was our community. And we would know each other. We would know our neighbors. We would know, what so-and-so is doing and things like that. And so in a way, that is how we affect change. That is how we actually truly are able to do things that make a difference, because we get to know the people around us, not on technology or things like that, but literally physically living around us. Because then that's how a guy stops in a Walmart checkout line and starts asking people, hey, is this your daughter? Is this your daughter? About the little girl that's running around with no one watching her. That's what happens when at a signal light, 3 guys jump out of a car and are trying to help this couple push their car out of the way because it's died. Those are physical acts that are actually really making a difference in our community. Those are things that I was able to witness, and I commend those guys that did that, because that's not something that just takes easy, a little click of a button, hey, I liked them, I supported them, hey, I made a difference. It's something that I actually have to take time, effort, strength and things like that, exert myself to do. Following up and making sure that that girl actually gets to her parents, making sure that car gets out of the street, and then seeing if maybe they need any help with something or their phone's died, calling, tow services or whatever roadside assistance that they might need. Any of that other stuff, and there's plenty more. Checking up on your neighbors during the winter and maybe knowing that there's a outage or something, and maybe they don't have as much supplies or warmth or whatever as we did. These things are what really a community is about. It's physical acts that really make a difference. So as we're moving forward, guys, and we'll talk probably about community plenty more in the future, but really thinking about it. Don't make it about your little clique, about your little group, your little club that you're a part of. You can build that community inside that, but don't be so focused on right here and what's in the palm of my hand that you don't see the community that's right around you, that when that's gone, there's going to be a lot of other stuff that you will need, and having the people right next to you, face to face, around you, that you've helped and they've helped you, will make a huge difference. Go out and be a difference in your community.